I want you so bad, it's driving me mad, it's driving me mad.
Joe, I'm Martin Anderson. It is WNCW on a Friday morning, and we are joined by another Martin, one of our favorites, Martin Sexton, who's back in our area. Good morning.
Good morning, Martin, and good morning, North Carolina. My brothers and sisters of the Southland, so happy to be with you today.
Great to have you back here. You come through now and again. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you coming through, but maybe I've just missed out.
You know, I think it's been probably 5 years since I've been in this studio, so it's so good to be back.
Oh, all right. You're a native of Boston area, or?
Well, grew up in Syracuse, New York,
Oh.
and then I kind of started the folk singer thing out of Boston. So I kind of musically, in a way, came out of there. You know, singing, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, and all that.
You started with some more original tunes, I think.
Yeah,
you?
I did. And, rock and roll is my thing. You know, I'm thought of as a folk guy, but my roots are in Hendrix and the Stones and, of course, the Beatles.
Yeah. Well, and then I've always thought, well, this guy is a soul singer doing an acoustic guitar-based kind of production. So rock, soul, folk, it's all the same. It's all great. And maybe you don't have too many lines and delineations like others put onto music.
Yeah, it's all just good old American music, I guess.
Good, yeah. Or in this case, British invasion music, because you are on a tour doing some of your songs, of course, because you have such a great catalog of your own songs, Martin. But you are also doing the Beatles' Abbey Road in its entirety for one of your sets.
Yeah, I'm calling it the Abbey Road Show, and it's been a blast so far. I found this record as a kid in the basement. It was in a box of old vinyls and 45s, and I used to go down there not to listen to the music, but I'd take these old 45s and I would take them up to the athletic field and I would wing them into the air. And they would just fly, man. They just take off. I don't recommend it,
No.
but being the environmentally minded fella that I am today, but I was, like in 6th grade, so forgive me. But then I came upon this record with a big old green apple on it. It said Beatles Abbey Road. I said, I've heard of those guys. I think I'll play this record. And it just blew my mind, man. It's why I'm here today.
Yeah. Right on. Cool. So, and Abbey Road more than the other ones, the Sgt. Pepper's, the Let It Be, the Revolver.
Yep. I love them all. But I think, Abbey Road is not only the first one I found. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's the Beatles' last record recorded together. And it was my first entree to the Beatles. I found it in like the 80s, long after their demise. But I don't know. Maybe it's because it was my first. But I love that whole side B, segue bit. And love it.
Yeah, well, I'm a very big Beatles fan myself, raised on it literally from, I don't know, before grade school, I think. It's just through osmosis and then just deep love. And I would have to agree that Abbey Road might be my favorite of all the ones. But to do it live, it sounds kind of hard to do because of those segues they put in. That was when they were doing a whole lot of employing of special studio tricks and such.
Oh, yeah.
And it just seems like a hard one to do live, you and your guitar.
I just kind of made it my own thing, and I don't try to sound like the record. It's a guy and a guitar, but it's me. It's working.
Yeah, well, that's a good reminder that sometimes folks want to recreate it, note for note. Other times, it's nice when the artist kind of exercises a little creative license.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the song I'd like to start with is it's a George song, and it's Something. Frank Sinatra called it the best song ever written. In fact, up until like 1978, he always credited Lennon and McCartney for writing this song. I think one of his capos was like, "Oh, Mr. Sinatra, it's actually George Harrison's song, boss." And then Frank was like, "Oh yeah, George Harrison, whatever, yeah."
Poor George.
No. So if I may,
please do.
Little George, tip the hat to George.
Martin Sexton here on WNCW.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves me. Don't wanna leave for now. You know I believe in how. Yeah. Somewhere in his smile, she knows I don't need no other lover. Somewhere in a smile she shows me. Don't wanna leave it now. You know I'm leaving how. You're asking me for my love grow. I don't know. I don't know. You're sitting around now with me, show. I don't know. I don't know. Something in the way she knows that all I have to do is think of her. Something in the things she shows me. Don't wanna leave it out. You know I believe in her.
That's Martin Sexton here on WNCW and a live version of the Beatles' Something. And Martin, I had read an article where you mentioned that, I whistle George's lead solo part on Something, but wow, I did not expect it to be like that.
Cool.
How did
Thank
you get
brother.
that multi-tonal whistling?
You know, I used to get yelled at for whistling. Now I get paid for it. I love it.
Great, all right, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't have like another guy to do, a guitar solo, so break out the whistle.
And not just any whistle. That took a little practice to
That's
get
the I have the lip whistle, and then there's the tooth whistle, which I do on that one.
Okay. Man, impressive.
Thank you.
And you will be doing that in our area next Friday night at the Peace Center in Greenville, South Carolina. Lovely auditorium to capture the good acoustics of a Martin Sexton show, I'd say. You're playing, I think, in Atlanta
yes, tonight, actually.
You're on your way to Atlanta.
Yes, I am.
And then you're going down to Florida for a couple shows, and then you come back to our area for this.
I've got 6 shows in 3 days.
Yeah, all right.
2 in Atlanta, then 4 in 2 nights down in Orlando. Then a little beach time, bringing my wife and my boy down. That'll be nice. A little beach time, then on up to South Carolina.
Okay, so it's Friday, the 14th of March at the Peace Center in Greenville. That's what's within our listening area. You mentioned people, respond to your whistling. Well, what about when you do these Beatles shows? You've been doing them for a few weeks now?
Yeah, a couple. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you encourage folks to sing along, or is it like, no, it's just me here,
if they start singing, I start yelling at them.
Okay.
No singing. No.
I mean, I wouldn't expect that.
No, everybody sings. It's great.
Okay, you like that.
And they seem to know when to sing, which is great. So, like, everybody isn't just going like, something in the way she moved, but like in the chorus, they'll sing harmonies, and it's awesome.
Well, you picked a band who's, some of these folks we know every nuance inside and out.
Yes.
But you've been performing for some 30 plus years. Sometimes you encounter some audience members that maybe don't know how to clap on the downbeat.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Goodness. And what's your response? How do you address it?
What I do in those very rare occasions, I try to on the 2 and the 4, please, come on.
Yeah.
And they kind of get it after a while.
That can help. That helps being percussive, simple. Yes. And even then, it might still be a little tough. But anyway, cool. All right, so your first set is Abbey Road?
Abbey Road, and then the second set is all my stuff.
All right,
so it's kind of like Abbey Road's the opening act, and then I do my thing.
Yeah. And I mean, you're known for doing a lot of other great covers too. You got a couple of live albums, and one of them was, you did Prince's Purple Rain, you did Billy Preston.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Yeah, that's the
Fifth
solo
Beatle.
record. Yep, that one.
You've done that. So maybe you bring some covers as well in your second set?
Oh,
or is
yeah. It's every night's different. I never have a set list.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the performing arts centers, they get mad at me because I can't give them a set list for the lighting director. You know what I mean?
Well, right. You got to think of all these things.
It just go, people shout stuff out and I play it, and
All right.
it makes for a different thing every night.
Yeah, good and organic. Well, I have a feeling you don't have a set list for us this morning. What are you going to do next?
I'll do another Abbey Road thing.
Cool.
You never give me your money. You only give me your funny papers. And in the middle of negotiations, you break down. I never give you my number. I only give you my situation. And in the middle of investigations, you break down. Out of college, money spent, see no future, pay no rent. All the money's gone nowhere to go. Been a jobber, got the sack, Monday morning turning back. Yellow lorries slow, nowhere to go. But oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. Oh, that magic feeling, yeah. Nowhere to go, nowhere to go. La na 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 na. La na 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 na. One sweet dream. Step on the gas, get in the limousine. Soon we'll be away from here. Pick up the bags and wipe that tear away. One sweet dream came true today. Came true today. Yes, it did. Yeah. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children go to heaven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children. Whoop up a bell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children go to heaven.
Doing the fade out just like on the original. And it segues into the next one here. There's Martin Sexton here on WNCW with a couple of songs this morning from Abbey Road of the Beatles. He's doing it at the Peace Center in Greenville, South Carolina on Friday the 14th. You're on your way for not one but two shows in Atlanta.
Two shows down there, then 4 in Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Working.
Yeah.
Good to be working.
Doing this Abbey Road tour of one set from the Beatles and then a set of your own material and maybe some other surprises. And I don't know, did you have to did you end up working with some of the Beatles folks in the home office or something to get clearance, or do you just do this? Or
Oh no, I just singing the songs.
one can do that, huh?
No calls from Sir Paul McCartney yet.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if you've maybe gotten to meet with him or Ringo or anything.
I
over the
have
years.
not. You know, those I've met and worked with a lot of my heroes, but the Fab Four are not yet on the list.
Okay. All right. Well, if or when you do get a chance to, say, chat with Sir Paul, what would come to your mind of like what you'd want to bring up or ask? Or
Oh, I'd probably just thank him for his amazing contribution to the world.
yeah, he's a good musician. He's a good humanitarian. There's a whole lot to be inspired by with him.
Yeah, one day I'll become a vegan, but right now I'm still digging on this Carolina barbecue.
I mean, he's just a vegetarian. I
Okay,
think.
just a veg. Okay.
So, not as
thought he
big
was
of
a vegan, yeah,
not
yeah.
as big of a life change.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you've discovered or connected with our Carolina barbecue down
Oh, my
here.
goodness, yes.
Okay. You've done a lot of traveling over the years. What else are you up to these days? We mentioned your live albums. I know one of them, Live Wide Open, is being released on vinyl.
Yes, we just remastered Live Wide Open, which is the double live album I put out like 20-something years ago. And it's out now. I've got it on tour, and it's officially coming out in a couple weeks, like in stores and on the website. But yeah, it looks great too.
Okay.
Like one of the vinyls is purple and the other is blue, and it's got the artwork, and I just love vinyl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what I grew up with as a small kid, but then we all got into CDs, and to go back to that is just a hoot. I love opening it up and feeling it and reading the liner notes and even smelling it. I just dig it.
All right, on. Cool. And are you involved real deeply in a lot of the other aspects of your music career, like the marketing, the social media stuff that you do?
Well, I'm blessed to have a great group of folks who will do like the online marketing and the publicity and the booking and the management and all that. But I kind of say what's what. I say what I want to do, where I want to go, how my record's going to sound, how it's going to look. Feel real blessed to have good folks around me. But I'm still very hands-on.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. How long will this tour be, doing Abbey Road and all?
This is going to take me into 2026, doing the Abbey Road thing in my own stuff. And maybe one day I'll make a cover record. I'd love to do that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's Martin Sexton here on WNCW, about to hit the road to Atlanta and then Florida, but coming back to our area for Greenville on Friday the 14th at the Peace Center. Maybe we can get one more song from you before you head on down the road.
Let's try it. Maybe it's a little early for this song, but I'm going to do it anyway, man. It was probably the hardest song to learn on the record for me, but this is bombastic, band with screaming amps and B3 organs and drums and screaming vocals. I'm going to try it just in the morning radio here with a little folk guitar.
All right.
So baby, I want you so bad, it's driving me mad, it's driving me mad. I want you, I want it so bad, child. I want you, baby, I want you so bad, it's driving me mad, it's driving me. I want you, baby, I want it so bad, child. I want you, baby, I want you so bad, it's driving me mad, it's driving me mad. I want you, I want it so bad, baby, I want you, I want you so bad, it's so heavy. She's so heavy, heavy. She's so heavy. She's so heavy, heavy.
And that's the end of the tune.
Yes, it is. You could have ended it in any number of ways. The way that it does that stark ending of the long fade
Yeah, I
out.
think the tape, they just ran out of tape on the machine.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Martin Sexton and his version of I Want You, She's So Heavy. Wrapping up a little session here before he heads on down the road for various shows. That includes Greenville's Peace Center on Friday the 14th. Thanks for coming by.
Hey.
Thanks for just keeping what you're doing for the 30 plus years now.
Yeah, just hey, they keep showing up. I'll keep showing up.
Yeah, great. And it sounds like your voice is, you can do it in the morning. We hear you usually in the evenings or
Yes.
maybe at a festival, an afternoon set, but you probably go through a fair amount of warm-ups to get that voice just right. But
Just a good cup of black coffee.
is that what it is? Is that all?
Well, in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, all right. We had a soul singer, Charles Bradley, here once, and he had like a quart of honey, and we made him some tea, you could
I'll
help
do that
himself.
if I've got like a cold or something.
Yeah.
you know, some hoarse voice.
He went through like half the jar of it. It was just like he needed it
Wow.
for that. So, yeah, I don't know what tricks you use, but whatever you're doing, you've been doing it right the past 30 plus years.
I'm having fun with it too.
Sounds like it.
Thanks so much for having me, Martin. I appreciate you, brother.
You bet. Thank you. Martin Sexton here on WNCW. Where should we go? Should we go to Frank Sinatra or should we go to Abbey Road?
Oh,
next?
man. How about Abbey Road?
Yeah,
baby?
I think so. And which song?
Let's see. Can I see the track listing? I'll refresh my memory here.
Yeah.
How about, spring's on the way. How about Here Comes the Sun?
With the other George song? Is
Yeah.
that the seventh cut on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
We'll do
recorded
that.
this on Ringo's 29th birthday
You're kidding.
in August of '69. Yeah.
All right. I bet you share all sorts of neat factoids and
Oh, yeah.
reflections during your shows.
Yeah, I'm a Beatle nerd, man.
All
so
right,
yes.
good. Well, folks, we have two Martins here that are both Beatle nerds, and we thank you for joining us here at WNCW Spindale, WSIF Wilkesboro.